Sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. Now, with that being said, all the way from Livermore, California, ladies and gentlemen, it's the FB and Goob Show!
What up, fuckos? And welcome to the FB and Goob Show. I'm FB.
I'm the Goob.
Sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. How's the Goob?
The Goob's pretty good. I'll be honest. The whole weekend kind of started out very magically.
I thought t-shirt sales were gonna. I thought they were gonna go through the roof. I was designing a t-shirt. I had like fur and magic with a fur patch, and then a rainbow and a horse, unicorn, and I thought it was gonna be hit with all the college kids.
Yeah, no doubt. And then, well, yes, kind of the end of the weekend kind of felt like my wildcat died, which was really sad.
Felt like my wildcat died tw.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's crazy. Your wildcat died.
it just felt like
I didn't even think your Tar Heel made it.
bracket was so crushed. It just
Jesus Christ. What a weekend of bracket-breaking, mind-boggling basketball games in college.
so much fun.
Fur Magic was great. Princeton was...
They're still in it.
They're still in it.
Beat a couple guys.
So I'm like, they didn't even make it past the first round with us.
I know.
And we're not going to go through our bracket as you might want us to, so you can laugh and giggle at us through the whole thing. Because it's probably 30 minutes of pure comedy genius if we were to pick it up and show you actually how many losses or misses or mistakes we made. But remember, we did it in fun on a show for fun.
Oh, yeah.
So
we didn't have that much knowledge. We were just going.
I don't
mostly by instinct.
believe the bracket you turned in looked like that bracket.
It was completely different.
It was completely different. Yeah,
just as pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, and just as pathetic as well as mine and the rest of the country.
Right,
so
exactly.
no perfect brackets left. You said in ESPN.
In the world.
In the world, there's none left. Grandma Betty
I'm sure a
has
computer made one somewhere. But
one computer figured out Princeton to the Sweet 16.
yes.
Go Watson. You
Right.
bastard.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where do you want to start on it? We got our asses kicked. Kentucky's gone. Duke is out. Kansas is out. There's no blue left.
No. None at all.
And the team right now going with the biggest cross over their head or X over their head is the Alabama, who's probably going to win it, and nobody wants them to win it because of the decisions they made, especially the football coach for Alabama. Or wait a minute, he took that back. He said, "No, go get him."
Did he?
Yeah, I guess he backpedaled on some statements he made about that guy playing and them going to the national championship maybe, and him not going to the national. Gotcha. So,
Yeah. Are we talking? We skipping right over the fucked up things of the week?
no, let's not. That's fine. That's right. I forget about. I got so excited about Madden. Madden was so fucked up. That to me that was the fucked up thing of the week. Was every bracket I had and you had and the madness and.
Well, that was a quick review of our bracket. We'll
yeah.
hit some fucked up
So if
things.
you want to talk about fucked up things of the week, number one, our bracket.
Number one was our bracket.
Because it was terrible.
Yeah. We'll hit some of the other games and some of the superstars of the tournament a little bit.
Sure.
But first off, I got a couple fucked up things. The first fucked up thing actually is kind of a feel-good story. For once on the FB and Goob Show.
That's not fucked up then.
No, it's not really. What happened was there was some vandals at the New York Central Park Zoo, and they created a hole in the owl enclosure. So Flacco the owl escaped.
Flacco the owl escaped.
Flacco the owl escaped.
Okay.
So not really a story yet, right?
No.
But then the Central Zoo keeps going and looks for him. He's setting traps for the owl, trying to catch him with nets running down the street, some cartoony kind of stuff. And the owl's too smart for these guys.
Sure. He's been trapped in a cage probably most of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
He's out of there. I would never give them the opportunity to catch me.
Yeah, so the zoo, making excuses. We don't think he can survive in the wild, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Which I don't know if you know anything about owls.
They're fine.
And the type of rodents that live in Central Park Zoo.
Probably good.
A lot of food there.
He's probably okay.
Yeah.
It's probably nice. Probably some trees there.
Exactly.
I've seen it, I believe, pictures of it from the aerial view. It looks like lots of trees. So
Tons.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest of the city, for sure.
that's the only place with trees, I thought.
only-
Was the one spot in the middle of the whole thing was a bunch of trees and a little parking thing, and then shoo, just cement from the rest of that point on.
So the city rallied, and the zoo is no longer attempting to hunt down the owl.
If they happen to catch him, because he happens to swing by for the day.
He flies back into
If
the owl enclosure.
Flacco is back in the cage, just to let you know. But go New York in rallying behind the owl.
Yeah, for once there wasn't an animal murder or anything. It was a feel-good story. I felt I had to share that one.
Someone from the zoo might shoot the fucking thing. Though. Might go, hey, that's our owl, right? Yeah, I'll take care of it, sir. Don't worry about it. And then
Right.
Flacco is off the streets. Yeah, the zoo don't like losing its shit. So
It's possible. There's a lot of
possible.
hardworking people at the zoo that probably wanted some newspaper time
yeah.
or
So
social media time.
So we're not too sure yet if an animal has died or not died,
Not yet.
or maybe a zoo worker and it was like swept right under the rug, and that's
This is
why
part one.
this is part one of the Flacco series.
Flacco story.
Yeah, the Flacco is the part one. So stay tuned. Okay, so we had heartwarming,
Heartwarming.
which is
And we also had
it does not beat our fucking brackets. I can tell you that much. Heartwarming does not beat our fucking brackets.
it doesn't.
After Saturday, I was like, okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to beat it with a zebra, and not in the place where you think. I mean, I'll give you a couple guesses where you think the zebras were.
Africa.
All right, you're wrong.
One more.
Yeah, one more.
One more. One more. I got this. It's got to be at a zoo then. So I'll go. What zoo did we just talk about? The New York Zoo. I'll go the San Francisco Zoo.
San Francisco Zoo.
I'll go all the way across the country.
All right,
Zoo to zoo.
incorrect.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. In
Okay.
I believe it was southeastern Ohio, near the West Virginia-Pennsylvania border.
No, it wasn't. You read that wrong. Zebras do not live in Ohio.
No,
I can
yeah.
promise you they don't live in Ohio. That's too cold for one thing. What do they do in the winter?
It is the winter.
Exactly. That's why we're having this fucking story, because there's a zebra trapped in Ohio going,
Right.
what the fuck?
Apparently, he was pissed.
I'm pissed for him.
He's
Poor
in the
guy
wrong, he's
lives in the
wrong place.
fucking desert. The Sahara, getting chased by lions. He'd rather be there, I promise you. He's freezing his ass
Right.
off in Ohio.
Rather than eating Florida guys in Ohio.
Yeah. The
So,
guy was
yeah.
from Florida?
He looked like he could have blended in very well with the Bayou guys.
Well, I guess.
He said he tried to rip my arm off.
Oh, yeah. he's
Meanwhile, the zebra had bitten his arm and maybe tried to rip it off, but I mean, he doesn't have arms. He can't rip. So, anyway, so the zebra attacked the guy,
okay.
and that's when it kind of got interesting. 'Cause they got the sheriff involved, and you would think that they would just send this wild zebra away, but the zebra was crazy. Everyone said so.
No, I don't. Everyone said so, huh?
Yep. So
We seens it.
the sheriff gave the attacking zebra to the count of 3. One zebra, back the fuck
Back
up.
the fuck up now. I'm telling you. Well, I get to 2 with some serious shit. God damn it.
2.
That's it. 2 is hit. I've hit the 2 mark, motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, and he
Cock the gun, Billy.
and he pulled out the 12 gauge,
Fucking 3, motherfucker.
put a slug in that zebra's forehead.
Oh man, killed a poor zebra.
Yeah,
A zebra was killed in Ohio, which should not have been in Ohio.
right. After eating a man that should have been living in Florida.
Florida. That's a circle of fucked.
Yeah, they were all in the wrong place.
That's it. Everybody was in the wrong place. Even the sheriff's like, this just ain't right. That zebra shouldn't be here, and that guy should be in Florida.
Yeah, he just likes shooting stuff.
And he
so
just
he's
like, well, nah,
fine.
and I'll give him the 3 though. 1, 2, God damn it, I hit it. 2 is the mark. 3 is the dead mark. God, all right, well, that's kind of fucked up. I don't know if it beats the bracket.
Nope, the bracket still lives on. And I don't know, you still got our
My
favorites.
bracket doesn't live on.
Your bracket doesn't live on, but brackets live on.
Brackets live on. My bracket does not. I have nothing left almost.
Well, there's a
Like Creighton, maybe. I think
right. We talked about Alabama. Alabama could still win it all.
Alabama could still
which
win it
was
all.
the pick.
That was our pick in the FB and Goob show. Yes.
They're winning without Brandon Miller right now. I think Brandon Miller scored 19 points in the 2 games combined. So Alabama's just beating people without their best player.
Isn't he the one with the conscience that's just all over the place right now?
It's hard to tell. Sometimes if you're a scorer, you have no
Oh,
conscience. Think
right.
about it, right?
Kobe Bryant didn't have a conscience.
Shooters just shoot.
Yeah, Michael Jordan didn't have a conscience.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, the less conscience you got, the better for NBA players.
It is.
Or future NBA players.
And he's a future NBA player.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And, I think it's kind of exciting because we got 4 guys that are performing, I think, in, like, player of the tournament kind of mode. And it's very possible that none of them make it to the next level.
Okay, then that's a question. Then how many NBA? I mean, Kentucky's out, Duke is out, so those are NBA players. Marquette had an NBA player, right? They're out. Who has an NBA player left?
Yeah, out of all these teams.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas, they had an NBA player, right?
Sure.
They're gone.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot
Creighton
left.
got an NBA player?
No, I don't think so.
Tennessee, they got anybody in the NBA?
They've got their inside guy who his name I cannot pronounce. It's like a 6'11" stud. He probably will end up being drafted.
Okay, so second round or first round?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? All right, what else? Michigan State. They got to have Michigan State's got to have
They're point guards. He'll probably get drafted.
Okay, so Michigan State. So there's 2.
There's a few left. Yeah,
a few left.
The Houston's guards, they'll probably get drafted for sure.
There's
Miami's guards have a chance to get drafted.
5, 6, 7. So we're 7 out of that.
None of the top 20 like draft picks though. These are all guys from 20 to 40.
Well, we need 64 guys to go to the fucking draft.
Yeah.
There's 2 rounds of 30, right? I mean, so shoot, we got like 6 guys. That's why it's madness, and that's why I'm telling you right now. Since the first show we've had to today, I'm still saying the older teams are the better teams, and that's what's starting to happen with all the transfers and people who've been in college for 2 years now can't play, and they're moving over to Creighton or they're moving over to so I can I need to fucking play, man. I haven't played. I
don't want to go to Australia to play basketball.
Right, and I'm not getting a chance to play here, but I was suckered into this school. And now here I'm at this school, and I'm not playing. So these are these teams. I mean, you're not seeing any of the blue bloods, any of the rookies, any of the kids, any of the.
For sure.
So, I don't know.
It's pretty exciting. Yeah, all the guys on my list here are either juniors or seniors. We got Timmy from Gonzaga.
Right.
He's got the Zags rolling.
Dude's
He's been around forever. For at least 4 years.
5.
Probably
got to be his 5th year, right?
Right.
That dude.
And then
is that the dude that swore on the television?
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Oh man, did you? That was great. Right at the end of the game. Well, at least we were one of those fucking guys that lost. You're like,
nice.
I
keep saying it's about time to just let him drop F-bombs on every TV.
If you are interviewing somebody who just won a big game,
expect it.
If his emotions are flying, you should expect that guy's probably gonna say fuck or can you fucking believe this or holy shit. Is holy shit that bad? No. Not after you are sitting there if you've just watched the game going, holy shit, that was a great game. You know what I mean? So you should be able to, if you have emotions, you should be able to have emotions. Give me your 4. You got 4 juniors and seniors. Nothing makes my ears ring with happiness more than you tell me 4 juniors and seniors are leading the way in the madness.
Right. So Timmy for Gonzaga.
Right.
He's leading the way there. UConn, they've kind of rolled through whoever stepped in their way because of Adama Sanogo. This dude's a beast, man. If you watch UConn, he just gets the ball wherever he wants, and he's got this little baby hook, and he was unstoppable.
Is he like a 7-foot center? Or?
He's a little undersized, 6'9", 6'10", maybe on a good day, but he's beefy.
Okay. He's
been Rookie of the Year in the Big East, and then 2-time All Big East player, and I never heard of him. Sanogo, this dude's awesome.
Kind of sounds like the guy from the Pelicans, Zion.
He's more of an under the radar, you know. He beats you with post moves and positioning, and his shoulders are wider than the lane.
Oh, okay, cool.
So UConn's got the guy. Gonzaga, K-State, the guy Noel that beat
Kentucky.
Yeah, Marquise Noel.
Yeah,
that guy was.
I wondered if he was the other guy from Kentucky's brother, you know, or like younger.
Right.
I was like, man, we could be a.
This kid's from New York. He's going back to New York City for his little tournament.
Nice, good for him. There you go. There's another advantage for somebody who's a senior or a junior going home.
Yeah. So he's been a stud. I mean, he's only this tall and probably won't make the pros, but hey, heart. He's got heart. Hey, maybe he will.
And he can lead his little college team to an NCAA. Final 4.
Yeah, they got a shot coming up. I mean, they got Izzo in the next round, which somehow Izzo makes the Sweet 16 again.
You know, out of all the
Michigan State.
you know, one of the teams that usually makes it. Well, UConn rolls along. Gonzaga for as long as you and I mean, Gonzaga has been there several times
For sure.
with several of the same type dudes. You know what I mean?
They usually make it
So-
out of the first weekend.
Yeah, so with several of the same type dudes, Gonzaga has been there. So,
And then the last one's from one of the upstarts, the number 9 FAU team.
oh, the FAU team, man, I'm starting to dig them.
Yeah, they got Janelle Davis, and he had what he put up 29, 5 steals, 5 assists, and like 8 rebounds or something. I don't know. He was one of those sneaky guys that just got the ball and put the ball in the basket before you know how to play defense on him.
Oh, nice.
And FAU's in the Sweet 16. They're the biggest underdog since they beat Fairleigh Dickinson.
Right.
Which you see that Fairleigh Dickinson's coach is going to Iona, and then Patino's going to St. John's, and
Dude.
St. John's guy's going to, or no, Providence guy's going to the Hoyas.
Yeah, Providence guys going to Hoyas.
Yeah, so that was
And-
a big domino.
Dude, St. John's.
Yeah.
Man, wherever Patino's gone in the land of college, pretty successful.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Louisville, where was he
Iona.
at? Iona. He was at somewhere I thought earlier in his career where he still popped. That's how we got to fucking
It was
Kentucky.
some Jersey school.
Yeah, that's how we got to Kentucky, you know.
Rutgers or something.
So yeah, good for St. John's. Good for Patino. You know, he got exonerated from the sleeping with the I don't know, the cable guy's wife or the locker room cleaning guy's wife. I don't know, whoever the fucking guy's wife was. Got out of that. Whatever the prostitutes for the players, got past that, went to Iona, served his time, and back at a school that needs a winning coach. I'd love to see St. John's back in it. I would just as much as I'd like to see the guy from Providence make it in Georgetown. And Georgetown be back in the Sweet 16 and the Final Fours and Kentucky. I don't know.
Hey, I enjoy it when I don't see Georgetown, but that's all right. I got to taste my own medicine this year. So
You did. I like seeing Georgetown because of the Ewings, because of the what was that guy? Villanueva? Was Allen Iverson on Georgetown?
Charles Smith, Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Alonzo Mourning, was he on that? Yeah,
Sure.
so like, fuck,
Mutombo.
man.
No.
No.
Yeah, they have those
so
three
there's
great
so
centers
many
right in a
great
row.
players that just came out of Georgetown, you know. Let's bring that back. St. John's, man. St. John's back
baby.
then was a great team. Was John Sally come out of St.
They've
John's?
got some of their alumni that are still doing a lot of stuff for St. John. So I mean, they have the I guess the image and branding they could use. So if they could actually just get someone that could coach, that would be wonderful.
They said he's not going to have any problem helping the money with the NIL stuff, and he's going back because Patino has racehorses and shit. That guy's Superman.
Yeah, so that would be interesting to see St. John's back in the tournament here shortly.
Yes, agree.
Any
Georgetown also.
any like final thoughts here on like the rest of the whole tournament?
Uh,
I mean, Alabama should.
My final thought, I think it all straightens out, and all the people that are the higher seeds.
So Alabama up here,
Here
and then,
and Gonzaga down.
this is the interesting one, the East, because we had Kansas State, Tennessee. I guess is the favorites. I mean, I don't think you stop Noel.
No.
I think the little guy's got
Well,
it.
I mean, yeah, if you're saying that, and he's, like I said, older, I don't know. I mean, man, I don't know, man.
I mean, FAU, Michigan State, I think are outclassed personally.
Right.
I don't know much about Tennessee
Well,
except for
Michigan
they got that
State
huge
shouldn't have
dude.
been there, except for Izzo just pulled off another fucking miracle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know. I just think it just kind of to calm down. It was so insane, and so many big upsets.
Right.
I just think that it's just gonna the better teams will prevail now. I do. I just
Bama and Texas.
Bama and Texas.
Bama and Texas.
There you go. Which
I
we
think
had.
We actually had that, right?
we had.
Sticking with it.
We know. Well, we had Bama, Texas, but we had. We didn't get Texas in the last game. We had Kansas in the last game.
Oh yeah, just ignore that part.
Yeah, ignore
Bama
the
versus
fact
Texas.
that. Yeah, ignore that. We're
Don't
gonna
go back to the tape.
Yeah, if you watched it and we edit it, don't comment that it's different.
Right, Bama, Texas.
Bama, Texas.
Called it.
If we're in different jerseys, ignore it. Weren't they just in?
Nice little shout out to Penn State. They played Texas tough. Their big star couldn't handle the double teams in depth, and he had
No
nice
shout.
season, Penn State.
No shout out to Kentucky.
That dude Reeves went like 0 for 94 or something from the field. That's what hurt you.
A couple of you guys need to stay. I think most of them will stay. I didn't see anybody impress me on Kentucky that should hop into the NBA draft and go in the second round.
No, yeah, that kid Wallace will think about it. I like him. He can develop quickly.
Can the center go?
Shibwe.
Yeah, Shibwe's got to be able to leave now,
Well,
right?
he has to. We'll see.
Yeah, right. He's
Yeah, gotta leave now.
yeah,
Oscar.
yeah, buddy, you got to go. What are you doing now? You get his degree.
Someone will draft him, maybe. I mean,
Odd size and position for him.
I feel like there's so many second-round picks out there. There can't be 64 players better than him.
Well, I wouldn't think so, since he's been like up there as college basketball player of the year twice.
Warriors could pull him up just to get some rebounds at this point.
Right, like a little Charles Oakley kind of deal. Just get like an Oakley Rodman kind of player out of him. Don't expect much more. I mean, he can score a little,
Sure.
but he's not a center, so you're gonna have to move him out of that center position.
That's true.
Yeah. Madness. We got a week. We got more to go. So.
Yeah. Thursday starts the Sweet 16.
Right, and then
Get into it.
Next Tuesday, we'll either be completely right about it settling down or completely shocked that it's
Princeton in the Final
Princeton
Four.
in the Final Four against, I don't know, FA.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Where's the bracket? I don't know.
Yeah,
FAU?
FAU Princeton versus I don't know whoever beat Gonzaga.
I put the bracket away.
Who beat
quick.
Gonzaga? Who beat Gonzaga in the fucking Shocker Bowl?
Who knows?
It's down here, right here. What's this?
UCLA Gonzaga?
UCLA Gonzaga?
UConn Arkansas. Arkansas.
Arkansas versus, here we go.
Xavier.
Yes, Arkansas, Xavier, FAU, Princeton. There we go. If we're saying that, we were like, fuck, we have no clue what's going on anymore. It'd be the last time I ever filled out a bracket because there's just no possible chance of filling out a bracket and winning it.
Well, now you just...
You'd have to study the shit out of every team now. Like, all right.
Right.
10 seniors, 11 seniors, 10 seniors, 11, 15 freshmen. Scratch them. Scratch those guys out. They got no fucking chance. Right. So
who's got all the fifth-year transfers?
Yeah, who's got all the fifth-year transfers from Duke, Kentucky, and Kansas?
Wait, who was the old man team?
Xavier.
Drake didn't do very well. The old man team?
I know. We did the old, but were all their transfers from Duke, Kentucky, and Kansas?
Yeah, I guess not.
Dude, that's what you got to do. You got it. Like that's what fucking Patino should do next year. He should get to St. John's and he should go through every roster of all the blue teams and go, I'm gonna get him in a transfer, him in a transfer, him in a transfer, and him in a transfer, and start fucking 5 of the blue players on the team. Just saying. I don't know. With all the transferring and all the shit, in today's NCAA, anything can happen.
That's right.
And where else everything can happen is, or anything can happen, is in the NFL.
NFL.
Like one day, soon, the Packers might trade away.
Just maybe.
Maybe, for fun and shits and giggles, they might trade away Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. Fingers crossed totally for a first-round draft pick.
And a case of beer.
I just really want the first-round draft pick for this year, because I really do. Just because I think Aaron Rodgers is worth it. They want the Matthew Stafford trade. I told you I want the first-round draft pick this year. I want the second-round draft pick next year, but if they make the second round of the playoffs, then I want another first-round pick, and then I want their fourth-round draft pick for the year after that, and if they make the second round, then I want a second, and if they make the Super Bowl, I want a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
That's 3 first-round draft picks for Aaron Rodgers, but they get to go to the Super Bowl in the third year of the whole deal, and I think it's a fair deal. That's just wishes. But one day soon, I think it's going to happen. I hope it's before I told you, we don't have to do shit because we don't have to pay him until September. So we could skip the draft. He could skip preseason and training camp. And he could just show up to the Jets on September. And we could get a second-round pick for 2024. So, I mean, there's that option. There's so many options. But I'd like it to be done soon. Or he's just a Packer next year. And he's a starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers because if we don't trade him,
wouldn't that be weird?
Would be kind of odd. He knows the playbook. It's not like, it's not like he doesn't play all year. He shows up in September. He's like, well, you guys fucked me. You're like, yeah, here's your helmet. Why don't you get out there? You're better than him still. You know what I mean? You're still better than Jordan Love.
Here's the 5 new plays for this year.
Yeah, here's the 5 new ones. We added 3 running plays and 2 passing plays. You'll enjoy that. And we really fucked up because the 3 running plays are for him because they were supposed to be for Jordan Love. So it's a quarterback sneak this way and a quarterback sweep that way. And be like, hey,
he just Skip that one.
Skip that one.
that one.
Yeah, right. Did you just send me a running play for me? Yeah. Audible. I'm like changing out of that really fast.
Not even practicing that.
Not even practicing that one. So hopefully here soon, that's done. We did re-sign a couple players back. Rudy Ford is back with the Packers. Packers took back Rudy Ford. I was happy to get Rudy Ford back. I was happy to get. I believe we took back another one of the defensive tackles. We re-signed him. Until we find out what we're doing with Aaron.
Not a lot going on.
No.
In
Not really.
Packer free agent land.
There's not a lot with that. There's not a lot with anybody.
Niners been busy as fuck. Like, I'll be honest.
Some teams have been busy.
We've lost a whole secondary. We've added a whole new backup secondary. I mean, honestly, I think, we know we added Hargrave, so big win there. We lost a couple of our backup pass rushers, so big loss there. But at the same time, there's a lot of pass rushers in the draft. Like I said, Steve Wilkes, the defensive, the new defensive end coordinator, he brought in some of his guys from Atlanta and Carolina.
Nice, that's always good.
They're familiar.
Familiarity is
veterans, familiar with the system.
Always good.
So I think the Niners have done pretty well, honestly. And with a lot of ins, a lot of outs, we're saving money, and we're staying pretty deep.
You lost quite a few. We
lost
said that
a few.
last week. You lost Travers. You lost more this week.
Right.
Packers snagged him. I thought, hey.
Right. Like I said, we lost 3 secondary guys, and we signed 3 secondary guys.
Right.
So we're all right as long as our second-year guys that played last year come back and compete. I think we're fine in the secondary.
You still got that Bosa guy, right?
We still got that Bosa guy next to Hargrave and Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got that linebacker. What's his name?
We did sign Clint Farrell. Remember the Raiders
Clint
drafted?
Farrell. I remember that first round draft pick for the Raiders too.
Right, and they expected him to be a pass rusher, but he's just not. So I mean, I could see him working with Armstead in the middle, maybe Armstead outside on some of these passing downs.
Sure, and just leaving Farrell in the middle.
Yeah, he's not a pass rusher. No. I saw him at Clemson. I saw him in the Raiders. It's not as
he was not a pass rusher for the Raiders. Not because Crosby is such a pass rusher.
Right.
Where you're like, wow, that guy's like motor is like Bosa, the motor. For sure. I don't know if that guy's motor is the same like
no motor, no moves. He's just a big, strong guy.
Middle.
Yeah.
It's you know what? You guys' defense is once again. It's going to be
formidable.
Outside coach though, so I'm interested to see it being an outside defensive coach coming in.
Oh, yeah.
But you said same kind of style or same kind of
scheme.
Same scheme, yeah. So
and aggressiveness is part of it. So.
Aggressive is definitely, that's why I was excited about that safety we picked up from you guys. It's because I think one of the things the Packers have lacked for years is aggressiveness. I never see us flying to the ball and scaring any other offense. Like the Steelers or the Ravens or the Bears or the Niners have. So.
He'll throw his helmet in there, but he'll get hurt too. So,
well, he's special teams.
It's what you get,
Yeah. Oh, that's what you get for
crazy people.
That's what you get. So Dallas replaced Zeke with Jones.
Which Jones?
From the Bucks, the running back.
Oh, Ronald
Jones, yeah.
He was on the Chiefs at the end of last year?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's a very cheap replacement for Zeke.
But it's 4 yards. What we said, who do you place Zeke with?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we said a draft pick, or did we just pick some bum up?
Yeah, I mean, Ronald Jones probably loses his job to some undrafted free agent next year, let's be honest.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's just filling a roster spot right now.
Because they franchise tag Tony. You fill in another running back for him and draft somebody that's young and.
Yeah, they did. Cowboys did a good job with Brandon Cooks and Gilmore.
Brandon Cooks. I thought the Cowboys did great.
Solid. I hate to admit that, but that was decent.
Yeah.
It won't make them a contender, but hey, good for them.
You don't think that makes them a contender?
I think the Lions are going to be a contender.
How about just in the NFC? Do you think it makes them a contender there?
Have the Eagles fallen that much? I don't think so. Not with their center coming back.
Right.
As long as Kelsey comes back.
As long as Kelsey comes back, they're good, man.
Then they're fine.
I mean, they gave up Sanders, but they could draft away that. They could pick up, you know what? They could trade for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, they're not going to miss the running back.
I don't think they'll miss him.
Receivers and tight ends are still there. They lost a couple linemen. but
A little bit of their
but not the
defense.
great ones.
Their backfield, they lost some of their defensive backs.
They did, but they re-signed Darius Slay.
They got Darius Slay,
Yeah.
but they lost, and as you said, the Lions.
You're right. Yeah, Gardner Johnson to the
Gardner
Lions.
Johnson to the Lions.
Which was huge. Lions is another one. They have a brand new secondary with Gardner Johnson, Mosley, and Cam Sutton
Right.
from, I think, the Broncos. So anyway, they just went from the worst secondary in football
To one of the better secondaries.
to more of a veteran with now their number one guy, Yakuda,
You're right.
from a couple years ago. There's not as much pressure on him anymore. He doesn't have to know everything. That guy could be like, you're running man this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of another rookie, Omawari beside him or whatever.
Right.
Go, hey man, what's his play? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Fucking, you cover
You
that
didn't
guy
pay
out,
attention. Just make sure nobody gets open. That's the play.
So the Lions
That's good. That's good. No,
might not give up a trillion points this next coming year.
When you ask who did best in free agency, it was not the Packers, but the rest of the division did pretty fucking well. I mean, honestly, the rest of the division, I was like, the Bears did really good.
Bears did pretty well. Edmonds the linebacker.
They did something to
Two
improve
linebackers.
upon themselves. You know what I mean?
Tanyan.
Big Bob Tanyan.
Big Bob Tanyan.
Big Bob Tanyan is now a Bear.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, that's a bummer. I love Tanyan.
But you know what? To be honest with you, I mean, let's just draft one of those kids in the first round and get this over with. Big bye, Bob. Jordan needs some weapons. Getting him a good tight end. A Michael Mayer.
Oh, yeah. I love having Kittle. Good tight end is nice to have.
See? Mahomes loves having
He loves having
Kelsey. So, and I'm sure Jordan would love having his reliable best tight end in college football out of Notre Dame.
Yeah. He's the
Michael Mayer.
steadiest one.
The steadiest. That's what I want. I want
The other guys are a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker. It could be good. Maybe
not.
Maybe they get beat up.
But I believe that other guy won the number one tight end of the country 2 years in a row or some crap like that, or like only broke his own records and shit.
Yeah, the
So
Utah kid.
no, the Notre Dame kid. I like the kid out of Utah too. Don't get me wrong, but I really like the kid out of Notre Dame as the next Travis Kelce, George Kittle. I don't know.
He's a little slow for that.
Is he slower
But he
than
could be the next
Kelce?
Be the next Jason Witten.
I'll take that.
That's not bad.
No, I if you're telling me I get Jason Witten, that's 14 years and one of the best tight ends of football.
That would work.
That'd be good for Jordan.
Right.
That would be very helpful for Jordan.
He's a handy safety blanket.
Yeah. How about Ramsey to Miami?
Ramsey in Miami, that's an expensive couple quarterbacks for a team. How do they get away with that? $40 million for 2 quarterbacks?
That's the best. That's the best. One of the best defensive backfields in pro football now. If they live up to their hype and their money.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
he didn't show too many signs of slowing down last year. Ramsey.
No.
And
nobody threw against him still.
obviously Xavier is still top level.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're in a good place in the if the offense can produce points and then you got to play catch up and these two guys are sitting in the backfield waiting to catch the ball or waiting for the ball to just even go in the air.
Yeah. I feel like that makes the Dolphins' window a lot smaller now. You know what I mean? Because they're spending all this money. They only have a few years left on the Tua thing, if you can even make it a couple more years.
Maybe you draft.
Who's their backup? Mike White? I think they signed Mike White.
Yeah, because Teddy Bridgewater's gone.
Yeah.
So there's no more two gloves. So there's Mike White.
Some interesting fantasy pickup, Mike White.
Yeah.
Because he might be the starter in Miami.
Well, you know what?
by week 5.
He's one of those weird starts, though, because Mike White's the guy that he's the second stringer, and then Tua gets injured. Grab him then, because those next 3 games could be 300 for 5.
The blow-up games.
The blow-ups. He's a blow-up kind of guy. You know what I mean? And then people go, come on, Mike.
I remember Mike White.
Mike White, that's right. The guy from the Jets who showed up because Zach Wilson sucked every other.
Yeah, interception.
Yeah, right. 4th best tight end in football went to the Texans. Go Schultz.
Schultz.
Yeah, good job by them.
I kind of like the Hayden Hurst to Carolina move better. I mean, who knows who's going to be the quarterback in Carolina, but they were making some nice moves. They picked up Miles Sanders.
They picked up Thielen this week.
Adam, probably too old to matter Thielen.
Adam, 32-year-old starting receiver, number 1 receiver.
I don't think. Well, they'll have to figure that out. He's number 1 for now.
He is, because they got rid of Moore for the
DJ.
the draft pick.
Right. For their quarterback.
For C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
That's
See, Frank Reich today was like, hey, I kind of like short quarterbacks, maybe. What am I going to do?
yeah, that's because he knows whoever's behind him probably wants Bryce Young. He's like, who's behind me? Texans. Who do they want? They really want Bryce Young. Kind of like short quarterbacks. Real fond of them. Hey, man, we'll give you second pick in the draft, our number one next year and the year after that. Really? Sounds good. Perfect. And then they take Bryce Young, and then he goes C.J. Stroud, because I like him at 6'1", not 5'9". So
yeah, no, it's brilliant.
Because 6 feet, Stroud is not an overly tall quarterback.
No.
Peyton Manning.
He's just not short.
He's just not short. Peyton Manning was 6'5", 235 pound, laser rocket arm. Laser rocket arm. So Stroud 6'1", 210, good arm.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Rodgers, I think was 6'2", 6'3". So yeah,
I feel like they're not as pathetic as they once were.
I do
Some of
too.
these long losing teams, the Lions, the Texans. I feel like maybe they're trying to turn a corner.
Look
here.
at the Jets. The Jets.
The
Bears.
Trying to get better.
Sick of being losers.
Yeah.
Sick of losing seasons. Sick of disappointing their fans. The only problem is when you talk about the Lions and the Bears and people like that trying to get better to make their fans happier, kind of makes the Packers a little bit unhappy. Especially
I love that.
I mean, hey, you know what? I'm looking at the Seahawks thinking you guys got a challenge here in the next 2 or 3 years. So I do think that this is your window to win your division. I believe our window is closed a little bit. I think that's fair to say. It's closing until we see what Jordan Love has and what we built.
No, for sure.
If Jordan Love sucks, we're in trouble. We got to Archie Manning this shit all the way to losing the next 2 seasons or 3 seasons. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Jordan, you suck. Everybody, calm the fuck down. We're just re-signing everybody, and we're just keeping you guys. Why? We got a plan.
Yeah, no, that'll be interesting. I'd say even odds for Packers, Lions, and Vikings.
Yeah, Bears closing in quickly. What if Justin Fields shows up next year and these little moves they've made?
Oh, I'm drafting him fantasy wise.
Oh shit, me too.
Number one overall.
Me too. I know it's fucked up. You think anybody's gonna take OBJ?
Eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think the Niners will.
No, is he worth the money? I think he wants like $9 or $10 million a year plus incentives.
I mean, no.
I
don't know.
Dallas took Brandon Cooks, right?
It's that whole ACL thing when you're getting older. I mean, he did help win a Super Bowl last time he was on the field.
He did.
So
played very well in the playoffs.
He did. Yeah. He was very important for that playoff Super Bowl.
I agree.
So if even OBJ, yeah, for sure, give him $9 million.
If you do. So many young receivers coming out. So many young receivers out there. So many already taken.
Everyone runs a 4.3 now.
Everybody's so fast. I don't know. Thielen got a fucking job though, and he got more. I mean, they took Thielen over Odell Beckham Jr. Right. Around the same cash. Thielen got paid.
Yeah, he got 11 or something
for a 32-year-old.
Yeah,
who does not run.
That's what everyone got. All the receivers getting 3 for 33.
Right, and he doesn't run Odell Beckham speed. I don't believe, not Thielen.
Never.
Maybe they do now. Maybe they do run the same speed now, and that's why we're not getting any calls.
Right, they're both slow.
They're both slow now, so they're like, well, you want to take the guy who hasn't been injured with a horrible accident or a horrible injury and who seems to be really in good shape, or do you want to take the other guy who's had a really bad injury?
Right.
Where does Zeke
hasn't played football since?
Does Zeke get a job?
Of course.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
He's got to be league minimum now, right? What do you pay an aging running back who hasn't performed in 2 years?
Yeah, that's true. He won't get a lot of cash.
How about the Bucks? Go to the Bucks. Who the Bucks got? They lost. They dropped Fournette.
Right.
They cut Fournette, and then they don't have Jones anymore because he went to the Chiefs just at the end of the year, and now he's somewhere else. So who do you got?
Well, they had that rookie from last year. I forget his name.
Ooh, sorry.
But I mean, sure, they could use a veteran in that.
Go get
that huddle.
Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke will play for $4 million.
Yeah.
Right.
No. He's gonna want. He's going to get paid.
All right, well, he could just sit around with OBJ and play video games then.
That's what I'm saying.
Fine.
That's why I asked the question: will those two be on the team here soon? Or will
Not a good team.
These guys, will they be August pickups? You know what I mean? July pickups, August pickups.
They'll be November pickups.
November pick. OBJ Super Bowl run.
I'm down to one running back. Zeke said he'll play for
3.5.
3.5.
Incentives though, if he breaks 1,000 yards in the next 7 games, he wants $4 million. Deal.
Sure, we're trying to win the Super Bowl. No problem.
No problem. We just won't hand off to him in the last 2.
Yep.
Pass. Man, hand me the ball. I need 80 yards. Yeah, coach said I'm not allowed to hand you the ball.
No deal.
Put the backup running back in. Hand the ball off. You guys suck. Fuck you guys. Well, I think football. I think next week. I think we'll know. I think we'll have Aaron Rodgers news next week. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Most of the free agents are signed. All the good ones.
The good ones. I think
slow down until the draft.
I think right. Draft. It's all about the draft now. Why are you going to sign some aging veteran when you could pick up some? Let's see if you can get the kids you got targeted in the draft. And if you don't get the kids you got targeted in the draft, you go out there and you get that 30-year-old, 29-year-old, 28-year-old cornerback, safety, linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Niners already maxed out their comp picks for next year. We're just killing this compensatory pick system. We got so many picks coming in the next few years.
you're running out of coaches, though, Big Doggy. Just letting you know. You had to go get coaches this year. You had to go get Wilkes, and you had to go get run out of coaches. So use them well. Trade some of those bitches for a second-round pick or a first-round pick.
Go get one of those big tight ends.
Go get one of those big tight ends, man. Get somebody next to Kittle.
That's right. That'd be scary.
They would be. With your Brock Purdy, Trey Lance thing. Basketball.
Hoops.
It's hoop time.
NBA, we got 9 games left.
9 games left. And in the East, not really that big of a deal. 76ers have clinched. I'm pretty sure as this show was starting, the Celtics also clinched.
They did. They beat the Kings today pretty handily. Got that extra win they needed.
Cavs, they're not far from clinching.
Yeah, they're right there.
2 or 3 games from clinching. The Knicks, actually, only borderline team on the East of like, you're in a good spot. You're 3 games up, but shit, man. Knicks go on a bad run.
Yeah, you should be stuck right there in the 5 seed, right?
We're 5 seed.
5 seed, yeah.
And we got 3 games on. We got 3 games on 6, and then it's like 5. And
Brooklyn's fallen, so they're gonna eventually get past. But
they might get past at 6.
Yeah.
And I think we'll stick with 5, but because we're a 5-game lead on 5. I mean, Randall's still blowing up. Everybody looks good. It's just that West Coast run we got over here. The Kings beat us, and we just had kind of a few stumbles and falls here. And
sure, yeah, 2-2 on the West is not terrible.
It's not. It's better than what it was last year or the years before, which was like 0-4 every fucking time. Right. But so I think we're in a good place. I think the whole East is kind of almost decided. Other than maybe 6 and 7, like you said, with the Nets, because they're kind of stumbling.
Yeah, and just the bottom of that's just kind of interesting. Orlando's pretty much out of it now.
Totally out of it.
It's hard to tell who wants it. Capitals. I mean, Bullets.
Capitals.
Capitals.
Yeah, that's. We'll get there soon.
The Wizards.
Pistons are clinching that the most percentage of in the lottery.
Pistons don't look like they have any chance of winning any games the rest of the year.
Right.
The year.
And you got 2 games up on the Wembanyama sweepstakes.
That's right. The Spurs and Rockets actually won 5 games this last time.
What do you get in you get 25% of the vote or 25%?
For the lottery?
Yeah, what do you get? Is it 25?
The worst 3 teams get the same 12.6% or something like that.
And then it just kind of dilly-dallies to the...
And then it drops off pretty dramatically from 4 on down.
Right.
So, yeah. We're guaranteed bottom 3.
I'll be honest with you. I
was hoping to get extra bonus balls for finishing last, but...
In honor of the Porzingis trade, I'm wearing my Porzingis jersey tonight. If the Mavericks somehow fall the fuck out of this, we have their pick this year.
Interesting.
So if they fall out of this,
it's possible.
They're only a game up from 12th.
Yeah.
Slip 3 more spots, guys.
Yeah, we got
Warriors. Slip 3 more games. Lose 3 in a row. The Mavericks lose 3 in a row.
We got Dallas next. The Warriors.
Yeah.
Maybe we could help you out.
Please.
Yeah.
If the Mavericks trade for Kyrie, and then skip fumble all the way to 12 and don't make it in, and they get a top 15 pick,
Right.
we automatically get that pick due to the cons of whatever, how the trade worked in the agreement.
Nice.
So I'm thinking, holy shit.
Well, not from the Kyrie trade, but from the other trade, right?
No, from the Porzingis trade when we traded Porzingis.
Gotcha. Wow, still that one.
Yeah.
It's crazy how long basketball
That was
trades affect teams.
3 years ago or 4. Yeah, you can have the 2023 pick. Go ahead, have it.
Right? Oh,
We
shit.
got the zing.
Shit, that
We're
happened
good.
this year.
We know this. Oh, shit, that's happening this year. Well, how you guys doing? Traded for Kyrie. We're going to be okay. Shit, man, we're going to get like 12th or 13th in the West, man. We're in trouble. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, well, I didn't even remember it until somebody brought it up like a week ago. They were like, the odd thing about the Mavericks falling is that if they get an under, or, a 15 and below pick, the Knicks automatically get that pick. And they were talking about it because that comes from that Porzingis trade. And I was like, oh, my God, I hope they fall to their
Solid.
knees.
That's something to root for.
It's totally something to root for because we're not getting a top 15 pick,
Right.
but we're going to get a pick in the first round.
Sure.
And then we might get the 15th pick in the first round. I was like,
Now we're dealing.
Now we're packaging to try to get the 13th pick in the draft. You know what I mean? You can have the 32nd and the fifth. 32nd. You like that?
Almost got over
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
you almost shot that right over your fucking the 32nd. Yeah, good job, man. 32nd. Wait a minute, you didn't win the
minute,
fucking
that didn't
championship.
happen.
Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I thought that little tidbit of information just for anybody out there. The
Yeah, no,
Knicks
that's
could
fun.
actually get a good draft pick this year if the Mavericks stumble and fall.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck Dallas.
Fuck Dallas. Because everybody else, Nuggets clinched. I think the Grizz are close. They're like, got to be
Yeah,
close.
Grizz in Sacramento.
In
just they keep
Sacramento.
winning.
A couple of games away from being in and no problem.
Yep.
And then we get to 4.
Where Phoenix is, which Durant hasn't come back yet.
I think they have 38 wins, and then 5 has also 38 wins, and then 6, 7, and 8 have 37 wins.
And the Dubs
And
are
then
right there.
8, 9, and 10 have
are at 6.
36 wins. I think it's 36 wins. It's 12th, right? Or
Yeah, Lakers are right there with 2 less wins than the Warriors, who have 2 less wins than
at 11.
Phoenix. So yeah,
Dude.
4th through 13,
Insane.
all within 4 games. So nothing's been decided
Insane.
at all. Who's in? Who's out? Who's in the play-in?
The Nuggets.
Yeah, shit. Warriors could come out of this with a home game in the playoffs, or we might not make the playoffs.
Right? The
Insane.
Lakers could come out of this with a home game in the playoffs.
Right.
That's,
Right.
I'm just saying, they're only 2 games back from a play-in game in the home.
Right. LeBron might come back from his injury. Who knows?
No,
say
I heard
he
he said you'll see me this year, and I believe he was saying that, but I only think that is if they made the playoffs. So, will you see LeBron this year anymore? Nah. I seen him on the bench. I got the gray too, LeBron.
I just need Wiggins and Gary Payton back for the Warriors. Without those guys, we can't defend anyone. We won't win a road game.
You haven't. Oh, you broke that streak. You beat Houston,
We
right?
beat Houston on the road, but Houston. I mean, they were playing better, but Houston.
They're not supposed to win though. It's
We were
dumbasses.
favored, I'm sure. Against Houston.
I would hope you'd be favored against Houston.
Right.
Not many games to go, but a lot of excitement to go because a lot of teams, man.
Oh, yeah.
This West Coast, this last 9 games in the West Coast is on. Watch them because watch the Knicks are. I would assume going to try to get a home court advantage or a home court game, so they're probably going to try
Brunson's back. They're going to make their push.
They're going to make their push now. The Cavs with Spider aren't slowing down because they don't want to give up that home.
Yep.
So that series is going to be good. The top 3, they're clinched. They're in. I don't know if there's any jostling for their spots, is there? I don't think 76ers can take the Celtics, can they?
Yeah, sure.
They're all together?
Within 3.5 games.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. That's still going too then.
Yeah, we can get some more movement for the top seed.
Yeah, so top seed in the East, all the way to 5 in the East. I guess, you know what? The last 9 games of basketball, there's going to be a lot of action if you think about it. Now that I look at it, I'm like, man, there's a lot of movement still.
Yeah.
The last team doesn't want to play the Bucks. Nobody wants to play any of the top 3 teams.
Yeah,
to be
Being in the play-in in the East is just like, here's
Just
an invitation to your murder.
Yeah, to your death, basically. You're in a playing game. Oh, it sucks. You either got to play the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, or the 76ers. Fuck, that sucks, man. Too bad you couldn't get like the Cavs or the Knicks. At least you have a chance.
Right? Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Bummer.
No, yeah, that's why we haven't talked a lot about the playing guys in the East because I don't think any of them have a chance against any of the top teams.
No, I don't think we're going to mention Cleveland, the Heat, any of those teams, just because once you win and get in, that's your season's finished after that because you're just not getting past. I don't believe any of the top 3 teams. So,
for sure.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Hockey. I mean, not hockey. Hockey's coming. Stay tuned. Hockey will be right after these messages.
This message is sponsored by Goob's top 3 performances of the week.
Here we go.
No, and it's funny because
That's nice.
It is nice.
I
Right?
like that. That was very good.
All right, so number 3, it was a tie between you and I because both our guys put up monster performances.
Monsters.
Randall, once again, after his all-star three-point shooting fiasco, puts up 8 threes and 57 points against Minnesota.
Just crushed them.
Crushed him. Sick game by Randall. He was on fire.
On fire. Did you see that little left-handed dunk he had on that guy? Was like, he came up and the guy was like, I got him. He's like, that guy must be left-handed. Smash! I am left-handed. He's like, could not guard that. He was like, man, I cannot guard this shot. This
fun to watch,
He's fucking me over.
Yeah, he's quick and can shoot the threes.
Yeah, I
Sometimes.
know. He just can't be for our 3-point cut. We need one of those. I want one of those. That's my draft wish. 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that can play defense.
That's my 14th pick from the Mavericks.
Nice, perfect.
Who's a 3-point shooter who can play defense.
There you go. Miles Bridges.
I'll take him.
Nice. And tied for number 3 was Steph Curry, who put up 50 points on like 28 shots. And they also lost. They lost to the Clippers in L.A. at that game. But interesting thing about that is he passes Allen Iverson for most 50-point games on that list, I believe.
By somebody under 6'4"?
In that list, I think he's probably first now.
He's got to be first. Who's it? Him,
Jerry
Spud
West.
Webbs, and Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, yeah, those guys never scored 50.
Not one time.
Not one time.
Never? Not one time? You don't think
Spud or Muggsy?
Spud put up 50 one time? Like a 51-point game by Spud? Oh,
Nope.
Fuck, Spud, that was
He
insane.
put up 50 at the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah, because he got 50 because he got 5 10s. Yeah, hell yeah. 5 10s get you 50.
50 he's ever.
5 10 will get you 50.
That's right.
Muggsy Bogues never had 50.
Man, they might have scored 30, maybe. if they're
Maybe
if
and
they're
a lucky. No, we never had like a shit man. I was at the game when Muggsy Bogues put up 50.
He might have had 15 assists.
How about that little dude from the Celtics? Did he ever put up 50?
Oh, yeah. One of the old white guys from the Celtics. Havlicek.
No, I'm talking about the.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas probably put up. He put up 51 once.
Okay, sounds like I'm looking for one guy 5'6" put a 50. I know
There's a couple. Michael Adams from the Denver Nuggets back in the day.
Okay,
he
Mike
put up
Adams.
50 a couple times.
Iverson.
This is like 13 times for Steph,
Oh, that's different.
and Iverson had 12.
Right.
So I think they're around 10 on the list of most 50-point games,
Okay.
behind Wilt and Jordan and all those guys.
Right. Mine Wilt. I don't.
We're nowhere close to that. Yeah,
I don't count those.
Jordan though.
I count Jordan's.
Jordan's got a lot.
Jordan's tough. Tough
to beat
game.
him.
Tough. Yeah. Tough games too. He played against guys his height. You know, were mean. Wilt didn't. Nobody was Wilt's height. How many 50-point games you have every night?
Yep. Okay. Good for you, Will.
Good for you, Wilt.
You're buying us dinner again.
Yeah. Again, tell us about your sex escapades.
Right.
Yeah. So, who was that? So that's Curry,
Those are-
Randall,
Right.
2 50-pointers.
I gave him number 3.
2 big losses for them both, though, in their big 50-point games.
Yeah, Randall's was the most points of the week, easily. So
But loss.
good job, but lost. So
bummer.
number 2, I've been keeping an eye on Phoenix with Booker's been playing great, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man,
Yeah.
he put up 40 points and basically single-handedly beat Phoenix with his defense and steals and 40 points.
There you go.
So that was a nice one. And number 1 has to go to Joel Embiid, who might be closing in on Jokic on the in the MVP kind of like race. Like he averaged 38 and 18 this week, and for his number 1 performance, it's when they beat the Cavs, and they're 2 big men, and Joel just said, "I own you, bitches."
Okay.
So that was my number 1 performance of the week. And the Sixers, man, 8-2 against. This is the toughest schedule toughest part of any schedule for any team this season, and they went 8-2.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so they're playing good ball, and Embiid's kind of on fire.
Remember that?
There you go.
And we keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Harden in the playoffs. We'll find out what happens.
We'll find out.
In the playoffs. Joe Embiid, I hope he wins MVP. I heard somebody say Embiid should have gotten the MVP the other 2 times just because he's such a better defender than Djokovic.
Well, he just missed too many games.
Right, and he did. So, but they said, I mean, if it hadn't been 4 games lost, his defensive play is a level above.
Yeah, I'm going to see it firsthand as Sixers come into Chase Center to play the Warriors, I think, in a couple days.
Nice.
After we're done with Dallas.
Yeah. So you see it firsthand in that way, and that's what they said is that his defense is just a level above, and if that's why he should just get it. Well, I know all the accolades of the Joker and the points and the rebounds and the assists, but when the other end of the court, he got to score because he's not defending. You know what I mean? And Embiid's is a nasty defender, so
he is.
Exciting. 9 games left. Watch basketball. Watch all of it, apparently, because unless you're stuck in some shitty part of Detroit, watch the games. Because if you're a Pistons fan, don't watch it. Spurs fan, let it go. Michael Jordan's selling the Hornets now, I hear. Like in the background, everybody's mad at Mike. He's selling the Hornets, so you can tell you how that's going. So, what we got? Hockey? You into hockey?
I'm into hockey. I was going to do baseball.
Oh, we do have. I totally forgot.
You skipped that.
I did, but
it's because we were USA all the way, and then Shohei Ohtani had to ruin our day.
Not only that,
That's
but
my rhyme for the.
Not only that, but the Dodgers and Trey Turner and losing Trey Turner. I feel like Ozzie Smith was on my team, and now he's not on my team, and he's hitting home runs.
Confusing.
In the fucking World Series Classic, and Trey Turner is bumming me out,
It was
man.
the first time I got to root for him.
Man, I am so sad that Trey Turner. I mean, we made all that effort to get Aaron Judge, didn't get him, and in the process of not getting this guy, we let this kid go.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's all right. I don't think the Giants have anything for you this year anyway, so.
Yeah, but
I don't think you have to worry about much from us.
Yeah, we just gave away a once in a lifetime. That's why I said Ozzie Smith. He was a generational player. He was on a once in a lifetime. You got that guy, man. You guys had him the whole time, like you bastards. Good for you. And we had him, and then we thought we were going to get some guy who was never coming there, who was always going back to New York. Just wanted to see if he could get a bigger contract, dick face, and now the Phillies have my player.
Yeah, Trey Turner on the Phillies. All right, but yeah, Trey Turner was amazing for the USA. Did you get to see any of the World Baseball Classic?
I watched a little bit, but it was like,
Did you get to see Shohei?
No, I watched like Dominican Republic against Puerto Rico, and it was like all those games. I didn't see America once. Oh, no, I saw America for like 3 innings.
Turner hit that walk-off grand slam, basically. Maybe not walk-off, but 9th inning grand slam.
I saw that on highlights.
That was amazing to get us to the finals against Japan, which
Right.
Shohei Ohtani scored the first run and then pitched the last inning. And
dude, he's gonna be a Dodger next year.
Dude, you better hope so.
So I'm not complaining. That guy's coming to LA next. That guy's coming to the Dodgers next year. That's our goal.
That's your goal? It has to be.
No, once we didn't get Judge and we lost Turner, I read an article. We have set our sights on one player and one player only. And it's the guy from Japan. I was like, okay, go for it, man.
Oh, man.
I hope so, man.
He was unbelievable. Just pitching.
He is unbelievable.
He batted .450 against like all these major league aces.
He was the closer in the game against Team USA.
Yeah, no, he was awesome.
That's ridiculous.
Did you see a couple injuries though? Jose Altuve, broken thumb.
No, the other dude. What was the dude? The pitcher.
Edwin Diaz for the Mets.
Is that the pitcher?
The relief pitcher.
Yeah.
Out for the year.
Yeah, like broken leg.
Right after he signed his $8 trillion contract.
Oh man, I mean that was a big one. I mean, like they had like I heard it on the radio, and they were like, "Ladies and gentlemen, hold on here. This isn't good. This is bad. Hold on, some bad's here." And they like shut down because I was driving to work in the car. I was like, What's going on here? Like, this looks bad. Oh, they're carrying him off the field. It was like, oh man, this dude's at the World Series Classic or whatever it is, and they're carrying this dude off the field. And then they were talking about leg injuries. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it'll be a fun season-long thing to figure out how the Mets will have spent like $600 million and still probably will blow it. That's going to be my fun baseball storyline.
That's your fun baseball
I'm going to
story.
follow that. How the Mets are going to blow it.
How the Mets are going to blow it.
Which will probably be set up by them winning a lot of games in the first few months, actually.
Did you follow the Dodgers last year?
I tried not to. I was hoping you were following the Dodgers.
I followed them. We kind of blew it.
Every time you played us, we beat the shit out of us.
I'm planning on the Dodgers doing it again this year. Very disappointed in the Trey Turner thing. We're going for Judge, but you know what? We made it to the finals. We went to the finals against Japan, who seemed to be the other really, really good team in this. Who else was?
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. I seen them play.
Favorites.
Right.
Japan would have been third in the Vegas odds.
Okay. Well, Japan didn't seem to have any problem beating everybody.
No, yeah. Like I said, Shohei's leading the way. They had a couple other guys that hit a couple bombs. Their pitching was really good.
Bombs.
Congratulations, Japan.
Congratulations,
we'll get you
Japan.
next time.
Yeah.
I think the
or none of our players are going to play in this ever again because of
Altuve
and the pitcher guy who got injured. So,
yeah, no, the commissioner even said, he's like, despite the injuries, this was a fantastic event. I feel bad for all the players that have to go play with that pitch clock now all of a sudden because they haven't been playing with it. All of a sudden, they got to get back in the box, motherfucker.
Dude, I heard that Scherzer loves the pitch clock because he loves to throw fast, and
or slow.
I heard he struck somebody out in 27 seconds.
Nice.
Like it was like 1, 2. So shit, and the ball went back to him, and it was like 7, 8, and fuck, God, you know what I mean? 27 seconds. Like that's, you know what? If you struck out everybody in 27 seconds, this game would only last like an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm really interested to see how the pitch clock does work. I have not seen the shift yet. I'll be interested to look up on the field and go, what the?
Where's the left fielder?
Where's everybody?
He's gone.
He's gone. They got rid of him. Now they have a donkey. What's a donkey do? He sells ice cream.
And he has a bucket.
And he has a bucket.
To catch the fly balls.
When does the left fielder come back? After this guy bats. So then they take the donkey off the field? It's totally weird. This is totally weird. So yeah, I want to see that. I want to see the pitch clock. I want to see that throwback to first base thing. The steal thing. You can always
first time the guy throws over for a third time, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, right? Like I can't do that. Yeah. Damn. So yeah, I'm interested in that. Good for the rules. I can't wait.
Yeah. Gotta try something.
I can't wait for also we only have 10 games of hockey left.
There's 10 games of super important Penguins hockey left.
There's super important Penguins hockey. Hey, we're only like 5 points behind second. We're 8 points behind third or first. So I don't know if the Rangers can get to first.
No, I
but can you get 5 points and get to second? That's a lot. Still.
That's possible.
That's still a lot. We haven't really moved that. We've been in this 8-point position for like 2 weeks or something like that. So
right. With you, you're going to play Jersey anyway. Carolina's going to win the division. They're going to play either the Penguins or the Panthers, which Penguins are now officially 1 point behind Florida for the last wild card spot. We also could catch the Islanders. We got a couple games in hand on the Islanders, so maybe we can catch them. But the way we've been playing, honestly, the Penguins were playing great. We had Jerry.
You were all excited.
Jerry was coming back. We had won 7 out of 9. And then all of a sudden we played you guys, the Rangers. And we beat you the first game.
That's right. I thought you beat us, but we had two more games to go. Huh?
The second game was really close. Nice. You beat us, though. And then the third game was a 6-0 ass-whooping where you hurt all our defensemen and embarrassed both our goalies.
We're a pretty brutal team, man.
Yeah, so you guys put a beat down on us, and I'm not sure if we're going to recover from that. We have a lot of negative sports writers in Pittsburgh right now just going, hey, you know what? Just get a good draft pick because you're not going to win anything this year. Anytime you play a good team, nothing good happens.
I'm sure the Rangers totally understand about that negative sports writer thing. So
for sure.
I'm sure they work really hard to not be a part of that whole fucking situation.
I don't see a lot of negative stuff coming out of there right now.
That's good, because you would.
Yeah.
It would no problem. See, negative would be spewing out of the mouth of the New York media. So
They like the new guys. They like Shishirkin.
How can you not?
Shishirkin.
How can you
we'll
not?
Get his name right one of these times.
And then Kane, you can't be unhappy with a veteran like that on the team. So
I mean, either way, it looks like Bruins and Carolina are the teams to beat in the East. If anyone else comes out of the East, I'd be shocked.
the Bruins.
I mean, Carolina's starting to catch mid-points, but the Bruins are,
That's because they're getting tired of beating the shit out of everybody. Like, all right,
that's true.
Let's calm down. Are they? How many points?
Behind the Bruins? Or
Yeah.
until they get the records?
Hey, the Bruins and records. I'm not worried about anything. We got 10 games left. How many points are they making? Where are they at?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Can they even get it?
Oh, yeah.
Because they've slowed down, but I mean,
No,
they were flying towards it.
I'd say they would need 6 or 7 wins out of the last 10 to set the wins record,
Okay.
which is
Totally easy.
less than their pace.
Yeah, right. And averaging 9 out of 10. So
Yeah, their goalie already has the most wins of all time or something.
they're good.
They're really.
They're gold. Hey, you know what? Rangers won the East last year, and I still got my fingers crossed for the Rangers.
Yeah, might as well give it a whirl. And,
Why not?
And then quickly in the West, Sharks have a chance at no, the Pistons are doing the Wembanyama thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks are chasing the Bedard thing. So
Is that the next David? Connor?
Yeah, well, he's more of a he's not Connor McDavid because he's like him but smaller.
Oh, so faster.
Yeah, we're looking more at the Crosby kind of Gretzky size.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
You want that too?
Connor McDavid's just a freak.
Right. I mean,
most people are more Kane sized or Crosby sized.
Right, than the beast
6'4",
known as Connor McDavid. Man-child on skates.
So the Sharks have a chance at this little guy.
That's good.
And also in the West, like I said, we're starting to get some separation. Vegas, LA, Edmonton, Minnesota, and Colorado have won 7 or 8 games out of the last 10, and then they're making their moves.
Nice.
They're getting hot at the right time.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about, is getting hot at the right time. Charging. Getting in. You want to be hot in the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
This is the hottest team for me.
Penguins right now.
No, you got to be the hottest team coming into this. You want to be rolling when you hit the playoffs, because it's serious shit when you hit the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Every game is serious. It's the best playoffs.
It is.
I mean, as playoffs go for 7-game series.
We're going to have some fun series.
Football is the best playoff series because it's win and you're
one and
done, or lose and go home, and But 7-game series, nothing beats hockey. Basketball right behind it. Baseball's got a pitch count now. We'll see what happens. NASCAR is once again another 1.5 mile track, man.
Ooh, those are the small ones, right? Or is that a big one?
It's a pretty big track. Small ones are mile, 3/4 mile.
Gotcha.
Little bowls, Joey Logano, big win. Good for you, Joey. Win and you're in. It's kind of one of the deals. You get a win, then you get to move on in the playoffs no matter what. So you just want to get a win.
Gotcha.
Tyler bounced his ass up. He got a third-place victory this time.
Your boy?
Tyler, third place. Hey, buddy, I know I said William Byron's starting to look good in that 24 car, and I don't have much faith, but, I don't have much loyalty toward you, but hey.
You lit a fire under him real quick?
You know what? I think so. We got 15th last week, and that helped us in the points, and we got a third-place finish this week. You get a win, and you get to go into the playoffs.
Did my guy win? No, wait. Joey Logano won.
Joey Logano won.
How'd my guy do? The Busher.
Busher was looking strong.
Busher was good?
He's looking strong.
Oh, no. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, he finished 35th. He did not end well.
35th. How many cars are in there? About 42?
I believe 42 or 41 qualify every week.
So I beat 5 people.
Yeah, 5 or
all right,
6,
I'll take it.
7.
I beat
6,
7 people. All right.
7 people. We'll go 42, 7 people. I guess maybe depend on the track. Maybe 41 for Talladega or Daytona, 42 for these tracks. All I know is that these tracks are just insane. They're just so scary. Shout out to the underclass driver, Josh Williams, not the big cup racers, but the one below. Josh Williams, he shout out. And this isn't my shout out, but I just want to shout you out for the fact that you got suspended for a week for just parking your car in the track and leaving.
Nice.
And just walking away. Right on the finish line, too. They told him he had to get out. He was done for the day. His car was dumping too much shit.
Right.
And he's like, I'm still, yeah, pieces of the car. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm not getting out. And he just stopped on the finish line. He got out of his car.
He locked his keys in there.
Got in his Prius and drove home. He said, I'm fucking out of here, man. I'm not dealing with this bullshit anymore. So shout out to that guy.
So he gets a week off. Vacation for
He gets, and then they get some other guy to drive the car. It's no big deal for the race teams. He pulls off a great move. Looks like a little prick. And, yeah.
All right, where do we go next week? Do we know?
I believe next week we are going down to the smaller tracks. I believe we're in Wilkesboro. So, yeah. So, I believe the cars have just arrived today in the area. You know, this
My guy's ready, I think, for this one.
I hope so.
It's time for the Busher to attack.
Yeah, so I think we're in North Carolina. So all I know is the weather, though, has been really shitty here. And I can only imagine it's kind of heading that way. So this might be a weekend of delayed races and weather dealt races, and
those are always no fun.
I hate those. I hate when they say, "Well, Monday morning." You know what? They'll trust me out. They always seem to somehow be able to do it Monday morning. I don't get it. You know what I mean? They always get a race in. I can never remember a time.
We only have 2.5-day rainstorms here in the South.
Yeah, so I've never seen
Everybody
a time where
knows
they
that.
can't get the fucking race in the next day. Somehow half of it, 3/4 of it, half of it, get the race in and be done with it. So good
Sounds good.
Yeah, good for NASCAR. Sport that we got. You got any soccer? They don't care about anything they'll do anything in soccer.
I do have some soccer.
They'll play in the rain. They'll play in the snow.
Yeah. We'll play anywhere.
They play in the snow in soccer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking A, man.
They got snow. We'll play in it. They say.
No fucking around in soccer. We'll play.
We got a couple little things here.
Well, since soccer never ends, you can always have soccer.
Well, we got our nation's break, so all the club teams are sending all their players back. United States, we're playing a couple Nations Cup games, which is I don't know, kind of one of those little tournament-y kind of things where they seed everybody and you get rewards if you do well. Like for this one, if we win one of these upcoming games, which we're playing Grenada and El Salvador, should be able to win one of those. Then we qualify for the World Cup, where we don't have to beat anybody. We just get to play whoever wins their part of the Gold Cup.
Right.
And also, we would have qualified for the actual World Cup. But since we're hosting, we're already in, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So some fun games for United States national team.
Where do we play the El Salvador game at?
We usually play all these in, like, Miami.
Thank God.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Not going to El Salvador,
We're
right?
not going to El Salvador. No one lets anyone go play soccer in El Salvador.
No, okay.
No.
That's a public service announcement. If you are invited to play a game in El Salvador, you probably should stay home.
Yeah, stay home. Nothing good never happens there.
Not a very safe place, I hear.
So, speaking of men's national team, I want to put a little thing out there for Florian Balogun. Hashtag Get Balogun USA. And this kid is breaking records. He's a 17-year-old born in New York City.
Okay.
Also has ties to England. And 17 years old and set a record. I guess didn't set a record, but he's the first 17-year-old to score 18 or more goals in the French Ligue 1. Ligue 1.
Ligue 1.
And,
That sounds like the German League. Ligue 1. Because we are correct. It's Ligue 1.
56, man. Since 1956.
I wouldn't even want to been around there in 56, not in the Ligue 1 one.
Not the Ligue 1.
56. Yeah, I don't know. Un des trois. That sounds better.
Still un.
Is it? But you say more French the last time. The first time you're like very. Yeah, you were very in it, un. You were
Florian Balogun.
Shizer in it. So where does he play right now?
He playing at
France. In France.
Reims in France.
Reims in France.
First division.
First division Reims in France. And where else could he else be a citizen and play?
Right now he's playing
England.
He's playing for the under 21 England team right now.
Under 20.
He has not been capped by the main team, so he could still play for us, which we need a striker so bad, so we could win the World Cup in 2026. We need this guy.
Yeah, we need this guy. We need this guy bad. So, but I mean, what do we have to offer this guy to get this guy?
I mean, we could put him in some Chevy commercials. Give him
Chevy commercial. Maybe we could get Chris Stapleton to write a song about him, and they could both do a Dodge commercial together.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, we're working on this. We'll figure it out. We're gonna get you here.
There's not a whole lot of stuff we could do. But yeah,
Probably not a fucking thing, actually, but we'll try.
Officially, unofficially, we could get Nike and some of the soccer sponsors start giving them commercials and be like, hey, why don't you come hang out in Hollywood and shit.
You could make Converse huge in the soccer world.
Yeah, something.
Come on down.
Yeah, imagine Falorin wearing some Chuck Taylor
Taylor soccer shoes. Sick, bro.
That would be nice.
Little hard shell Chuck Taylor streamline cleats on the bottom.
Yeah, so
I like it.
That's some USA stuff going on this week, so that's fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And nothing makes me happier than USA stuff going on, except one thing, and that's our fans. So, in honor of our fans, I'm going to shout some of you out. We have a double shout out for a new fan apparently this week. Okay. Shout out to Willie Beeman. It's Wildo. Tap in fam. Right back at you, big.
Tap in fam.
Right back at you, big doggy. And I didn't want to go with you twice in a row because, well, shit, that first one's just got to settle in.
Sets the mark.
Yeah, it does. So, El Tiburon. Buddy pal. But no UNC. Yep, no UNC.
Responding to our March Madness stuff.
Yeah, he was responding.
I know. I was gonna wear my Carolina gear just out of like.
But he wore the Penn State one instead.
That was last week. I was gonna wear Carolina this week.
Oh yeah, this week. But there'd be no reason to.
Just to remind myself that we still have a team and stuff like that.
No, you're probably not gonna see Carolina jerseys for the next 5 or 6 months.
Ooh, I got to give me a Carolina football one if I don't have one because Drake May, man, #1 draft pick next year.
And
number 2 behind Caleb Williams.
Right. And
fuck you, Dan.
Fuck you. And to one more time, Willie Beeman. I need a Jordan or Worthy throwback, dude.
Nice. I would go with Rick Fox or Jeff McInnes.
You do need a.
Rick Fox would be tight.
You need a throwback. He's saying Rick Fox. I'm saying go with May. Who's that May?
May?
Yeah.
Nice.
Go with the old May guy. I like
Hansborough.
No, not a Hansborough, not a Tyler. You don't get that. Go with the May.
All right.
A throwback.
That's an interesting one.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So that's our fan. Shout out to you guys the rest of you. We love you. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the likes. Everybody else, like and subscribe, please.
That's right. Hit the button. Click the thumb.
Just do something. What do we got? Shout outs. I got a shout out, but you go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, hell yeah. Mine's way
All right.
more better than yours.
Should we get this in order? Let's see what pops up first on the TV.
I hope it's a team of hockey players.
Team of hockey players. All right. Sounds good. Guess what? Shout out to the Wisconsin women's hockey team.
I love them.
Yep, they won the national championship this weekend, beating none other than the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh man,
that's kind of why I brought this whole thing up.
You know, I mean, but we're talking about girls hockey, and
Buckeyes were favored,
and I would.
It.
I mean, yeah, I would take Buckeyes over
the Lady Badgers.
Yeah, but then Wisconsin and the Packers. I'm okay with the Lady Badgers winning.
Badgers, you would be okay with the Lady Badgers.
Yeah, I'm sure I would. I'm sure I have no problem with the Lady Badgers winning. I'd be like, "Hi, girls," and they're like, "We won." I'd be like, "Oh, that's awesome. Come over here and give your Uncle FB a huggy. Congratulate you." Yeah, no, I probably don't have a problem with it. No, I'm not saying that. But congratulations, shout out
they've now,
to the Wisconsin Badgers women's hockey team.
7th national championship passes Minnesota Golden Lady Gophers for most all time.
Really?
Yeah, Minnesota had 6.
Oh man, passing the Golden Gophers.
Passing the Golden Lady Gophers.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, I know.
That's good. I mean, you know what? All that area, that's your hockey, right? Especially for women, because you can get into the Boston area and a couple other places for some of the men's.
Sure.
But Minnesota, Wisconsin, yeah, right in that area, it's your hockey spots. So, all right, I got a shout out. Yeah. Today, the Knicks. Sadness in the world of basketball. But the great Willis Reed. Nick royalty.
The great
Willis
Reed.
Willis Reed. I mean, you're talking Nick royalty.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is the only time I've never seen a championship. I have been a Nick fan for at least 32 years. No, I take that back. 42 years.
They won in 73, and then you were born.
Yeah, and that was it. It's like I'm actually the reason that we've never won.
The bad
You know, and I plan on living to my 90s, so the Knicks were going to be fucked if they're waiting for me to die. You know what I mean? Because that's another fucking 42, 43, 44 years, guys, of no victories. So you guys should get over the fact that I was born in 74 and try to win a fucking championship. So, Willis Reed, two-time champ, two-time MVP champ. So, just not two-time MVP in the league. I don't know if he ever won an MVP in the league, but he was the MVP of the championship.
Okay.
Both years that he won.
Excellent.
Coming back on the court in Game 7 to play Game 7 after being injured in Game 5 in the 70s. 71 championship, 70 championship.
This was the iconic 1970 season.
Yeah, that's the one.
He was all NBA
I think he
center.
might have won MVP that season.
He did. He won everything that year. He
Yeah.
won all everything.
He averaged 31 points that year in the playoffs and the championship until he got injured.
And then
averaged 31
the Willis
points.
Reed game.
The Willis Reed
Where
game.
no one ever really remembers.
He only scored like 4 points.
4 points. First 2 baskets of the game.
First 2 baskets, yeah. That was it.
And then Walt Frazier scored
Yeah.
the next 37.
Yeah, Frazier and there's a couple other players. It was Phil Jackson. Was Phil on that team?
Yeah, Phil was on that
Phil
team.
was on that team.
Yeah, that was a good team.
There's a good team there.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Knicks were never able to do it again.
Earl the Pearl might have been on that team.
I was born and fucking left, and we never saw it again. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, if you win the Southwest Division of the NBA, you know, the Mavericks division. Mm-hmm. If you win that division, you get the Willis Reed trophy.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take that right now. So shout out.
Yeah, I don't even have anything bad to say about him. Like, no, murdering puppies or anything.
I don't think you could have anything bad to say about Willis Reed.
Willis Reed was dope.
I think the only thing you could say is that what a sad day. What a sad day in Nick fan lore. You know what I mean? Because we only got 2 championships, and I guess it was because of
they get to relive the championships, though. I mean, think about it.
Right now we all are. We're looking at tapes of it. We're sad, but we're reliving the championships, boys. And on that note, I'm FB.
Yeah, championships. I'm the Goob.
Peace.